Thank you, Nicole. Rental car giant Hertz will pay millions of dollars in a settlement with customers who say they were falsely accused of stealing cars. The $168 million settlement involves more than 350 cases. In some of them, victims were arrested, even spent time in jail. It's a story NewsNation has been following closely alongside investigative correspondent Rich McHugh. So, Rich, take us through this settlement. What has Hertz told you?
Good evening, Nicole. This is a long road for a lot of these customers that were arrested for false arrest. Today, Hertz put out a press release saying that they were settling with 364 of these these claimants who claimed that they were falsely arrested, paying before the end of the year. They're going to pay out $168 million. That's roughly $2 million per case. 95% of the cases are being settled. They said they expect to recover a meaningful portion of the settlement amount from its insurance carriers, which is actually interesting and unclear why. Stephen Scher, the CEO of Hertz, said in a statement, quote, "As I have said since joining Hertz earlier this year, my intention is to lead a company that puts the customer first in resolving these claims. We are holding ourselves to that objective." What was not in the release, Nicole, was any mention of what Hertz is doing to rectify the problem. Now, I asked the Hertz spokesperson this earlier today. They directed me to the Form 8K, which they submitted to the Securities and Exchange Commission. And there's one sentence in that document that I want to highlight. It's one sentence among hundreds, and it reads, it, referring to Hertz, has taken significant steps to modernize and update those policies. I asked for clarification from Hertz. They did not respond. Just a quick kind of refresh for our viewers, the timeline of this whole thing. Hertz filed for bankruptcy in 2020. False arrest cases were commingled in that bankruptcy filing. We reported this in November of 21, that hundreds had kind of filed suit against Hertz. By March of this year, Senators Warren and Richard Blumenthal called for an investigation into these false arrests. In April, a month later, the CEO came out and said, "We are looking into this. We are working to fix this." By this past summer, a bankruptcy judge ruled that many of these cases could be taken out of bankruptcy court and be argued in state courts around the country, which would have been a massive windfall for a lot of these clients, potentially up to $900 million. So this is a little bit of a surprise. It's a lot lower than the amount that was expected. We thought this was going to be a much higher amount, Nicole.
Think about a multi-million-dollar suit here, but a lot of people were negatively impacted. I mean, we saw a video of people being arrested in front of their kids. Some of them were taken to jail.
I mean, this was hundreds of people that we know about. I have interviewed on this network. I've interviewed two that spent time in prison, spent time in jail. One, Julius Burnside, spent 7 months in jail before a Georgia court looked at everything and said this is crazy and released him. So there is lasting damage to a lot of these people that even if they get $2 million, I know that it's redirected the course of their lives. And it's unclear how any of this will shake out. Now, I did reach out to the plaintiff's attorney. I tried to reach people who were filing these cases. They did not respond, which tells me either they could not respond or they are not allowed to respond because they have agreed to this in the settlement.
And we know this is certainly something you have been following for a long time, Rich. Excellent reporting. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.